it's live. I have the YouTube on my phone, so I can check comments. Let's see. Right, let me check. No. All right. Yeah, Formula Talks Racing League. That's the YouTube. First, Sam is already in chat. You should focus on your driving and not on the YouTube live stream, Sam. Yeah, there is some I'm watching it right now. Hello, Mr. Good Sir Sam. How you feeling for the race? What's my strategy today? Alright. Now I'm curious what Sam is about to pull off from strategy. Great master plan incoming. Alright, we're about to see some crazy shit from Galactic Nerd Jamie. Hopefully, he says, hopefully it pulls off. Hope the same for you. Yeah, I think we will. Let me see who it was, because I don't remember the name, to be honest. Carter 22, he won last race. Yes, short quali, reduced damage and 50% race. No idea actually. Godzilla has a lot of pace. Harry crashed out in the last race, but he showed a lot of pace as well. So I have no idea, to be honest. It's gonna be close. Yeah, it's gonna be a spectacle for sure. Right, everybody is still staying in the pits. Nobody's going out right away. Yes, Alex as well. Yes, I expect Harry to do. Oh, Godzilla already left. I hope he's. Yeah. I hope Godzilla can make it back into the lobby before we start the race. As we're on board with Alex right now. Anderlecht heeft nog gelijk gespeeld. got your message indeed. Alright, I'll spectate Alex right now. Pocho said in the stream of Split 2 that some Split 2 drivers are faster than him, so so I really want to see where he gets it into quali and in the race. Yes, we have FT Pro 11 for the first fastest lap, I think. As we're on board with him. Purple sector for FT Pro, but that's nothing more than normal as he's the first driver. A yellow flag, but I think it is because they're slowing down just to keep a gap. FT Pro 11 entering almost the last sector. Purple sector 2 for FT Pro, but again he's the first one with the fastest lap today. As he now makes it at the hotel. He's now in the last few corners where Jamie lost his fuel. And he says no time as his time got invalidated. And we have Alex with the first time. 39. Yes. 39.6. Yep. Galactic Nerd with a 140.9. Felix puts it in P2 with a 40.2. Tyler 40.5. BK puts it on P2 right now, as I am on board with Killian. He sets up. Alright. Manzu puts it on P4. Sully puts it on P7. Hi Summer. Hi Kyle. It's unfortunately not to see you race today as you have a lot of race pace. As we have Killian entering the last corner. Let's see where he puts his time. P7. Yes. As I am on board with FT Pro 11. I don't like classic cars, I have no patience. I mean, I understand why you don't like classic cars. As with FT Pro cancelling his lap. Going into the pits again. I think Juicy is the only one setting a time right now as he almost lost it. Actually do. I like. Yeah, I mean, I was scared when they said it was going to be a classic race, but I enjoyed it. Let's see. We have Pocho on P10. No. Yeah. Juicy cancels his lap. As we have Sully in front of him, but I think he's getting into the pits again. As he almost spun into the pit entry. Let me see. Where's Formula Talks? I don't see him on my chart. Ah, yeah. It's indeed a nice helmet. As we have people getting to the pits. We have Felix and Jarno P4 and P5. We have to keep a close eye to both of them as they were battling for the championship last season. As we have multiple people going to the pits. And we have F1 Hub, Formula Talks, FT Pro 11 and Miguel on their outlap. Alright. F1 Hub nearly spun it, but it was his outlap anyway, so it's not a big problem. As I will spectate Miguel for his lap. Miguel trying to get slipstream from Alex, who was going slow, to let him by. We have Juicy overtaking Sully for P11. As we have Miguel in the last sector for his first fastest lap of this qualifying. And his lap time will be invalidated. As I am then on board with FT Pro 11, who is trying for the third time, I think already, to set his first fastest lap. As he is entering a yellow flag situation, but it's just people going slow. We still have Carter on P1 with 39.3, followed by Alex with 39.6 and BK with a 39.9. We only have 3 drivers into the 1 minute and 39 right now. As we have FT Pro, who had a little bit of traffic, no problem, gets through easily. FT Pro on the last final lap, corners, entering the last corner right now. Puts it on P9 with a 41.0. P8, yes. As I will spectate Felix, our former Formula Talks champion. Unfortunately, he crashed into the first race last week, which led to him not having any points. .39.3. Alex as well with the 39.3. It's getting close between P1 and P2. Everyone has set a time except for Miguel, who is on his outlap. 38.9. We already see the difference between Split 1 and Split 2 in the qualifying. as we have Felix almost done. Alright. Felix on the last few corners. Miguel taking over in front of him of his AI, hopefully no problems between them. Felix might take advantage of the slipstream, as we have Felix crossing the finish line, still in P4, 39.914. On board with Alex. Going into the pits. Let's go on board with Jarno. Jarno, who lost last year's championship on the amount of race wins, because they tied up on points with Felix. PK overtaking Felix for P4, as we have Galactic Nerds. In the last couple of corners, goes into the pits. Galactic Nerd left the session as well. On board with Sully in P12 right now. Sully left the session as well. We have Juicy Juice on P15, just going straight. Who do we have more? Tyler maybe? Looks like Tyler has a bit of wing damage as well. Not sure what happens. Sully has joined again. Ooh, Tyler a little bit of aggressive into the corners. And Tyler goes wide as well, which invalidates his lap time. On board with Manu. Let's see if he can improve this lap. Manu is at the fastest sector 2. Let's see if he can improve a lot. Still on board with Manu, who gets into the last corner right now. Let's see what time he can put. Manu puts it in P4 with a 39.7. Massive improvement for him, as we have F1 Hub letting people through. FT Pro on a fast lap as well. As we have Jarno in front of him weaving. I hope Jarno knows that someone is coming up on a fast lap. Yes, he does. He leaves a space. FT Pro 11 almost done with his lap, into the last few corners. The last corner now for FT Pro 11 as he is about to cross the finish line, puts it on P7 with a 41. Who do we have more? Most people going slow for their last fast lap. As we will go on board with Galactic Nerd for his fast lap. Galactic Nerd as well was pretty scared about his pace into this split of the season, of the league rather. He didn't really know if he had the pace to keep up with these guys. Last race, last week, he showed everyone that he had the pace, that he was there. So he is trying to prove a lot of things. Post-race interview last week as well, he said that he wants to make a statement showing that he can be a danger in split 1 of this league. So let's go on board with Galactic Nerd for his fast lap. Pocho retired from the session. Manu retired from the session as well. Manu in P4. He might lose that position, I don't know. Juicy put his Alex put his in P1 with a 38.8. Felix P3 right now. Miguel unfortunately P16. F1 Hub retired on P11 as we have Galactic Nerd as well, still going on his fast lap, so the position of F1 Hub might be in danger. FT Pro to P4, Jarno to P3. Jarno puts in P3. PK P7, Kilian P9. As we have Galactic Nerd who puts it in P8. Great lap, great last lap from Galactic Nerd. Sully puts it in P13. And that's everyone, I think. As we have Carter going into the pits. So qualifying is done as we have Alex who puts it on P1, Carter P2, Jarno P3, FT Pro 11 P4, Felix P5, Manu P6, BK P7, Galactic Nerd P8, Tyler P9, Kilian P10, Juicy P11, Harry F1 Hub on P12, Sully P13, Pocho P14, Formula Talks himself P15, and Miguel on P16. Unfortunately, we lost Godzilla in the qualifying, who got disconnected I think, and hasn't made it back for the race to this moment. Which is pretty unfortunately, because Godzilla showed a lot of pace into the first race last week in Australia. So qualifying done, as we get now ready for the race. For some reason the game made him a spectator. Ah, that's unfortunately. I hope he gets to race though. I just hope the game made him a spectator for qualifying and puts him back on the track. As we're still waiting for people to ready up, as we have everyone readying up, as we are getting ourselves ready for the first 5 lights. Of course, formation lap first. Carter who put it in P2 on qualifying, won last race in Australia if I'm correct. We have Felix on P5, or reigning champion. It's a formation lap right now. Godzilla got put as a spectator on qualifying, unfortunately. But he's back on track, I think. Yes, he's on P17. Not gonna lie, it is pretty weird to see all of the same cars driving. As we, oh no, wait, hold on. We have we have Eddie Godzilla into the Ferrari. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I have no idea, to be honest. Can't put him in a fire, so he'll probably retire. Yeah, I think it's best for him to retire. It's very unfortunately for Eddie, because he's a guy with a lot of pace. Maybe Eddie can be the safety car. As we have now everyone finishing the formation lap. Here's the pit strategy. Lap 14 to lap 18 is the pit window that's recommended for a one-stop. As we have now everyone lining up. Can you maybe spectate people from P11 to P17 so we can see the front and the back of the race? To the last guy, yeah. As we have now getting ready for the 5 red lights of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and we're underway. As we have a great start there from Godzilla. Oh no, not Godzilla, what the hell? As we have Formula. Oh, the whole thing is glitching. Jesus. Or is it Formula? Or is it Formula Talks in P1? No, it's not. The time board is glitching right now. We have Alex still in P1, I think. Yes, it is. Everyone had a great start, I think. Formula Talks lost positions, I think. Yes, it did. As of now, Alex. Oh. Nothing really much happening at the start. Jarno overtaking Manu for P3. Alex will almost spun it. As we have Carter gaining on Alex as well. As we have now the battle for P1. As the game gives us blue flags for no reason at all. We have Alex trying to go on the outside of Carter. He gets it done, was a little bit of contact. I'm going to stay on these two guys for a bit as we have Jarno in P3. Manu following in P4, Felix, our reigning champion, P5, Tyler P6. Let's see who lost positions, who won positions. Manu won 2 positions. Tyler 3, Juicy 4, yes. Yeah, he did, yeah. As the game puts Tyler on P1 suddenly for no reason at all. Don't you love it when the game glitches like that? Kyle is not racing. Ah, Killian, alright. As we have Carter on P1 still. Alex losing a bit of time. Jarno who spun it and gets wing damage. Jarno losing a lot of positions. P8 now. Ooh, this is bad for Jarno. This is very bad for Jarno. As we have Felix on P4. Tyler P5 trying to catch Felix. Does he make the dive? No, he does not. Very unfortunately for Jarno, who spun. Yeah, very unfortunately. As we have here Tyler on board, trying to catch Felix. Juicy right behind Tyler as well. Galactic Nerd on P9, PK P8. Galactic Nerd gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As we have a yellow flag as well. Do you know who it is? I think it's F1 Hub, because he's in last position. Oh, okay. As we have the top 6. Oh, Tyler spins into the pit exit, almost takes out Juicy Juice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race, As Jarno gets a 2-second penalty for multiple warnings. The whole top 6 out of the first seconds as well. BK trying to catch Pocho on P6. Galactic Nerd P8 trying to gain on BK. Let's see if BK can catch Pocho. BK with the move, maybe no he does not, he waits. As we have Galactic Nerd making a move on FT Pro 11 behind it. Let's go on board with FT Pro 11, who just lost the position to Galactic Nerd. Galactic Nerd who had an amazing start. FT Pro 11 with the dive on the inside, doesn't get it done. Galactic Nerd defense as he almost loses it. On board with Galactic Nerd, who's catching up to BK and Pocho. Everyone in the top 6 is outside of the seconds. Tyler and Miguel indeed fighting for P12. If you can go ahead and go to Galactic Nerd and BK in the group. Miguel gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. That doesn't help with the battle against Tyler. Tyler is faster. Ooh, Miguel goes a little bit wide to defend on Tyler. Tyler goes down the inside. There is contact. No damage, I think. Tyler gets it done down the inside. Is something happening up there? Right. With Miguel now with the track in the slipstream of Tyler. Yes, indeed. As we have a yellow flag. FT Pro 11. Very unfortunately as well for him. As I'm on board with Galactic Nerd. Ah, you're still there, right? Then I'll go to Tyler. As we have a fierce battle. FT Pro 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings as well. Miguel getting stuck behind Tyler. Very unfortunately is F1 Hub, who showed a lot of pace last week, is now in P16. BK 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. FT Pro 11 going to the pits. Not sure what happened there, but he must have had damage. Ooh, Miguel going a bit wide into the turn. losing a lot of time, as I'm now joining you on the battle with Galactic Nerd, BK and Pocho. FT Pro 11 still in the pits. Jarno gaining all Formula Talks for P9, I see. I'll go straight over there. Yes, indeed. Now, can Pocho stay behind BK? That's the question. Galactic Nerd as well. Silently waiting behind Pocho and BK for his opportunity, waiting for the right moment. Juicy Juice, 3-second time penalty as well, multiple warnings. Time penalties are flying around here. Miguel, 3-second time penalty. I think that's his second time penalty already. Can you maybe go see if, to Jarno in Formula Talks? Alright, thank you very much. As we're still on board with Galactic Nerds. BK gaining a little bit of time on Pocho. Galactic Nerds still behind Pocho. Ooh, we're Galactic Nerd trying to dive bomb it down the inside, but it doesn't make it. Now he has the better exit, he gets pushed a little bit wide. Galactic Nerd and Pocho battling very close, very aggressive, you cannot really tell. Pocho is defending very aggressively. We have FT Pro 11 on P15 closing into Killian on P14. Jarno still behind Formula Talks. BK is close to Juicy Juice on P5. And with the leader Carter pulling away 3.5 seconds of P2 Alex. Jarno now with a 3-second time penalty, yes indeed. Yes, I think. I don't know what's happening with Galactic Nerd, I don't know if it's the game glitching or his gearbox being broken, but... Forma Talks, 3-second time penalty as well. A penalty for everyone. I honestly have no idea what's happening with Galactic Nerd's car. It's not happening with anyone else, so... Jim, you should go on board with Galactic Nerd and look at his gearbox. Oh, okay. We have a yellow flag. I think it was the real Sully. As we have Jarno making a move on Tyler. Close battling here. Are they keeping it clean? I think they do. Oh no, it's Tyler defending on Miguel, sorry. Multiple warnings with a yellow flag again. Yes, it is FT Pro 11 unfortunately. Is Jamie supposed to be commentating? Jamie wasn't supposed to commentate. Felix asked me to commentate again and I said yeah, I can do it, and then Jamie called me and I was like yeah, I'm supposed to commentate, you can always join me, so now he's commentating with me. F1 hub, 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. Jarno still trying to catch Formula Talks. Tyler into the pits. Oh, we can't hear him unfortunately. Yeah, I'll let him know. Or maybe it's my settings, let me check real quick. Yeah, no, it's not my settings. As we have a yellow flag. Not sure who he was. FT Pro 11 he was, he was DNF'd. Yeah, I'll tell Jamie to fix his audio when he's back. Still on board with Galactic Nerd, still behind Pocho. FT Pro 11 left the session as well. Very unfortunately from FT Pro 11, we showed a lot of pace in qualifying. Miguel, 3-second penalty again. Penalties are being handed out like it's Oprah. Do you want a penalty? Do you want a penalty? Everybody gets a penalty. Tyler, 3-second penalty, multiple warnings again. As we now have Galactic Nerd. In the slipstream of Pocho, Miguel 3-second penalty. Goes down the inside very aggressively. When they spin, there's contact between the two of them. Unfortunately, I had no good view of the contacts. Very unfortunately for Galactic Nerds. Jarno now making a move on Galactic Nerd. But he defends quite nicely. As we're on board with him. What Jarno almost losing the car into the wall. Would have been very unfortunately. Going into the pits. As we're now on lap 10:28. F1 up unfortunately, P15 showed a lot of pace last week. As we're on board with the leader of the race, Carter, who is a 4-second lead on Alex in P2. Killian gaining time on Jarno. Lost time already. Galactic Nerd gaining time on Formula Talks himself. Let's see. Carter won a position, Alex lost one, Manu won 3 positions. With Pocho and Formula Talks winning 7 positions this race, as we have a yellow flag. And a retirement of Tyler, very unfortunately again. Miguel again with a 3-second penalty. I think everyone has at least 2 or 3 penalties already. They're on board with Galactic North, trying to find a gap, trying to make a move on Formula Talks for P8. Galactic North was showing a lot of pace, a lot of fighting spirit, but had contact with Pocho and spun, as with Harry F1 Hub with a 3-second time penalty. Galactic Nerd trying to dive through on the inside of Formula Talks, but doesn't get it. Right behind the gearbox of him. Carter sets a new fast lap with a 1:41.3. Galactic Nerd right behind Formula Talks still. Still trying to find the right spot to overtake. And again a few 3-second time penalties. Sully overtaking Miguel. As ooh, I wonder what happened there. Looked like Formula Talks braked very early. So now Sam trying to catch him once more. Juicy Juice with a 3-second time penalty. Galactic Nerd with a 2-second time penalty. Sector 2 has a yellow flag, as it is for Miguel, who spun around unfortunately. As we have Galactic Nerd trying to go down the inside of Formula Talks but doesn't get the move done. They've been battling very closely for the last couple of laps, as Pocho gets another 3-second time penalty. They try to bait each other, I think, by making a move into the pits, as the pit window is open. Galactic Nerd warming up his tires, so we have another yellow flag. Is it Miguel? Yes it is, unfortunately for him. Miguel just keeps spinning. As we go right back on board with Galactic Nerd, who lost a little bit of time. Very unfortunately from Miguel. Yellow flag, sector 3, Miguel again. Miguel, who's also about to get lapped, I think, or is close to getting lapped. As we have Galactic Nerd trying to catch Formula Talks once again. He's right behind him again. Very close battle for P8. Yellow flag, sector 3, is it Miguel? Yes it is. As we go back to Galactic Nerd, who makes the move down the inside, little bit of contact. The SAI shows Formula Talks the finger, as Formula Talks gets a 3-second time penalty. And there's a yellow flag again, I think it's Miguel again. Very unfortunate for Miguel. Yes, it is Miguel. As we have people pitting, Manu and Felix going into the pits. I wonder what these two are going to try. Galactic Nerd, who's going into the pits. As you're on board with Juicy Juice on P4 right now. Formula Talks entering the track on P7. Sully on P8. As you have people who went into the pits, collecting Nerds on P10, closely followed by Yarno on P11. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. Is it Miguel? Yes, it is Miguel, very unfortunately for him. It is great that he's still racing and doesn't retire the car. As we have a virtual safety car as Miguel has retired. I mean, it was coming. He was struggling for like 2 laps already. Now let's see what the pit strategy might be, because we still have people who need to pit, I think. It is just a virtual safety car, so it doesn't really mean that much. As we have people going to the pits, Formula Talks for example, and Juicy Juice. Miguel left the session unfortunately. Sully going to the pits as well. Take a look at our leader. It's an 8-second gap on P2. As we have here Formula Talks behind Pocho. As we go racing again, drive-through penalty for El Pocho, speeding under virtual safety car, very unfortunately, as he is fighting for P7. Strong defending from Pocho on Formula Talks. As we have P1 and P2 going into the pits following each other. PK on P3 going to the pits again as well. As we're on board with Formula Talks behind Pocho. Formula Talks almost losing the car, but manages to save it. Manu taking P3 from BK, who is in the pits. Felix taking P4. If Pocho going to the pits, probably will serve his drive-through penalty. As we have Formula Talks taking P7. So we're on board with Galactic Nerd. Galactic Nerd and Formula Talks were battling very aggressively the last few laps before the pit window. So let's hope that they can close, that Galactic Nerd can close the gap. It gives us a lot of more action like he did before. Carter in a comfortable lead with 7 seconds, followed by Alex, who has a 6 seconds gap on Manu. Felix gaining some time on Manu in P3 as well, so hopefully we will get a fight for the podium. As you have Pocho getting a 3-second time penalty. Pocho into the pits as well. Pocho retired from the session, very unfortunately. Hello, we moeten ook naar de settings gaan, want mensen kunnen niet horen op die stream. Advanced settings en dan audio sharing en alles aanduiden. Yes. Bij broadcast settings. Ja, maar mensen moeten u ook horen. Galactic Nerds. Closing the gap on Formula Talks. Raar. Oh. Galactic Nerds. Behind Formula Talks, ja inderdaad. We had 3 DNFs while you were gone. Yes, 3 DNFs. We had Tyler, Miguel and Pocho. No, Miguel was struggling. Pocho had a drive-through penalty and then had another penalty as well, went into the pits and retired. And Tyler, I have no idea what happened to him. As with Galactic Nerd trying to make a move on Formula Talks as well, again. Doesn't get it done, maybe down the inside. What a move from Galactic Nerd, who gets it done as well. What a move from Galactic Nerd, as we're from our tops trying to follow him. Carter with the new fastest lap, 40.8. 3-second time penalty for Galactic Nerd. With a yellow flag for Jarno, very unfortunate as BK says a new fastest lap, 140.6. Formula Talks, 3-second time penalty.
Maybe they can hear me now.
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, they can hear you.
Okay, I fixed it.
Because I was on stream real quick to see if I can hear you.
Ah, okay.
Ooh, Jarno almost lost the car into the final turn. I am wondering if Felix can close the gap with Manu for P3.
I hope so.
We have 5 DNFs in this race. Very unfortunately, of course. Of course, Godzilla had to retire as the game made him get into the wrong car. Also, Jamie, after the race we have to do post-race interviews.
Yeah.
So, if you have an idea who we can interview, let me know. Carter with a new fast lap, 40.4.
Maybe we can interview Pocho.
Why Pocho?
I don't know. Ask him what happened.
Now he left the session already, so I don't know if he's still gonna be able to do an interview.
Maybe Formula Talks?
Yeah, I'm going to interview him and Galactic Nerd since they've been battling very aggressively actually.
Yeah.
I want to interview Carter as well, as this is his second win in a row, but I don't
Yeah.
don't have him as a friend, so
At him.
yeah, I will get it on for the next race, as I'm the commentator for every Sunday race for Split 1, so I'll make sure I can interview him next week.
What track is next week?
Bahrain.
Oh yeah. I love it.
As you don't have any battles going on right now. Felix
No.
in P4 trying to close the gap in P3. I might interview Felix as well, as he's trying to close the gap with P3 that much. He crashed last race, last week, and he was very disappointed in what happened, so I might interview him now and ask him what went better, what could have been better for him still.
Yeah.
PK with a new fastest lap, 40.3. F1 up another 3-second time penalty. Sully, a 3-second time penalty. I wonder what the total of penalties is gonna be at the end of the race.
Yeah.
Because there's been given out a lot of 3-second time penalties. Felix almost within the second of P3. As we have 6 more laps to go in this race. My question is, will Felix catch up to P3?
I think Felix is closing the gap.
BK with another fastest lap of 40.2.
Split 1 is very fast.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Faster than Split 2.
Not even a little bit, Jesus.
No. Our fastest lap from the race was 1:41, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Jarno with another 2-second time penalty. Might interview Jarno as well, as he is indeed a rival of Felix. Can you maybe spectate Jarno real quick, as I'm spectating Felix?
I am doing it.
Alright, nice.
Because I saw he was closing the gap.
Okay, thank you. Felix is in the second, out of the second. It must be really frustrating for Felix, being so close to a podium.
Jarno on the slipstream.
Let me go ahead to Jarno real quick.
But I think it isn't enough.
No, it is not.
Oh no.
Or we might try a massive dive home. No, it doesn't.
No.
Ooh, almost loses the car.
Yes.
Jarno has been struggling with his car a lot this race.
Yeah.
Felix, BK within the second of Felix now, and Felix within the second
An
of Manu.
Another fastest lap for BK.
Is 40.210. With 5 laps to go, we might get a battle for P3 with 3 cars.
Jarno. Jarno is making his move.
Ooh, there's contact, there is contact.
Yes.
I am keeping a close eye on the times between Felix
F1
and
hub
Manu.
penalty.
Yes, indeed.
And Jarno spins.
Jarno spun again. Jarno been struggling with his car so much this race. He kept spinning. Jarno, unfortunately, Jarno retired. As he retired, I won't interview him just to make him feel a little bit better, not to make him more sad about it. As we have now BK trying to put pressure on Felix for P4.
It is sad for him.
Manu with a 3-second time penalty. It is very close for P3. Can you watch Galactic Nerds? Wait, I'm gonna see as well. Galactic Nerds.
Of course.
Down the outside. Juicy maybe. Does he take the inside? He tries it on the inside. Breaks very late. Juicy trying to take the position back. Very close battle for P6. Can Galactic Nerd make the move in this corner? He tries, but it doesn't get it on. As I'm going on board with BK again, trying to catch Felix in P4. Felix trying to catch Manu in P3. As we have Galactic Nerd as well, trying to catch Juicy in P6. Back on board with BK. It's the final 4 laps and the race is starting to get exciting again. I mean, it's been a pretty exciting race, a lot of action.
Yeah. BK is closing the gap a little bit with
Yes,
Felix.
indeed. BK trying to Carter with the fastest lap.
139.
39.9, that's almost their qualifying time. I think their qualifying time was at 38 point, I don't know.
I think so.
As I'm going on board with Galactic Nerd real quick, still trying to catch Juicy.
I will look with BK.
Yeah. Let me go to BK as well again real quick. Galactic Nerd to the 3-second time penalty.
Oh.
I really wonder what positions the race will finish in, since almost everyone got multiple time penalties.
Yeah.
PK with a small lockup. PK really close behind Felix now. As we have a yellow flag. It was for F1 Hub, not sure what happened. The battle for P3 can go any direction. We have Galactic Nerd and Juicy Juice Blade in order to makes the move, I think. Yes, he does. 2 more laps to go. Comfortable lead for Carter with the 8 seconds gap.
I'm excited to see who's gonna get P4.
You mean P3, because...
Yeah, maybe P3.
Felix is losing a lot of time because
Yeah.
of Manu. And that's only a good thing for BK, as he's closing the gap. BK tries to make a move down the inside, doesn't get it done. BK with a 3-second time penalty.
Another one.
Now this is a great situation for Manu, as these two guys are going to battle for P4. He can just set the pace up a little bit for the last couple of rounds. Try to make the gap a little bit wider. There's still a BK trying to take P4 from Felix.
Is a final lap already started?
It's lap 27 out of 28.
Yeah, but...
BK still behind Felix. Putting a lot of pressure on Felix as well, but Felix doesn't make any mistakes. Or at least not yet. You never know in the last lap. BK tries to go down the inside again. Locks up his front left. Carter with
another
the
fastest lap.
39.6.
BK has one more lap.
Felix with a 3-second time penalty. Felix gaining some time on P3 as well. As I'll go on board with Felix for the final lap, as he can still take P3 maybe.
I will look Killian because
yes, thank you.
He's also a little bit close. So oh,
BK losing a lot of time suddenly on Felix. Felix almost hits Manu in the back. I think this has done it. I think Felix won't take P3. As we have Carter almost on the finish line. Carter on the last final corners. Felix lost P3, I think. As we have Carter on the last couple of corners. Now in the last corner, as here is your winner of the Formula Talks Racing League Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Alex in P2. We have Manu, I think, who will take P3.
yeah.
It was very close with Felix and BK. Yes, Manu taking P3, Felix P4, amazing race from him, BK P5, as you now wait for Galactic Nerd to finish on P6, I think, yes it is.
Kilian is losing time on Sully.
Yes, indeed.
I think he made a little mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
As you have now Galactic Nerds on the last corner, taking P6 on this race. A job well done from him. We'll definitely interview him.
Do I need to add Carter as friend?
Juicy taking P6 because of penalties, I think. No, I'll do him the next race. Formula Talks taking P8.
Right.
Sully P9 as he's on the final corner. Kilian P10. Kilian taking P9 because of penalties of Sully, I think. Yes, indeed. As we're now unfortunately spectating F1 Hub, who showed a lot of pace last race, who is now taking his time, I think, to finish it. Very unfortunately. Who do you think we should interview? I'm definitely interviewing Felix, as he was so close with P3. Formula Talks taking Driver of the Day.
Invite Formula Talks also.
Formula Talks and Galactic Nerd getting interviewed as well. As we have Carter taking P1 on the podium, taking a selfie, enjoying the moment.
With his beautiful racing suit.
It's a Germany 1-2. As we will now wait for the final results and then we'll get over to the interviews. Carter P1, Felix P2, Manu P3, Felix P4, BK P5, Juicy P6, Collecting Nerd P7, Formula Talks P8, Kilian P9, Sully P10, F1 Hub P11, Jarno unfortunately DNF P12, Pocho DNF'd as well P13, Miguel P14, Tyler P15, FT Pro 11, P16, and unfortunately Eddie, who couldn't even start the race because the game put him on the wrong car, P17.
Kun je Insta kijken?
Yes. Jij kunt gaan, ik zal dat wel even doen anders.
Wow, ik wil erbij blijven, ik kan dat horen.
Right. As I will now invite some people for the interviews. Who do you want to start with? Maybe Felix?
Yeah, Felix is good.
Right, we have Felix invited. Yeah, Sam, I'm going to interview you as well. Don't worry.
Wie kijk eens op Insta.
Zet.
Ja, maar ik heb een vraag.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Felix. Last week it was a very disappointing result for you. You said it yourself. Today it was very close for P3 in the end. Also very close with BK. How do you look at your race? How do you look at this one?
I'm definitely happy that I had the pace today. I scored my first points this season.
Yes.
But
indeed.
I think I could have gotten the podium, both with pace and without the time penalty that I got on the second last lap,
Ah, yeah.
which was unnecessary. And even on the last lap on the chicane, I lost the car. I could have gotten Manu, I think, without that. But
yeah,
GG to Manu, he deserved it. It was a nice fight, the whole race. Not really any real battling, but
Yeah, he got really close on the end with BK, of course, as well, who was catching up fast. We really thought it was going to be a 3-wide battle maybe on the last final laps. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was still very exciting to see. Indeed, you had to pay, so a job well done for you, my sir.
Thank you.
Jamie, do you have any questions for Felix?
No.
Alright, then you can go, my man.
Alright.
Alright, who's next, Jamie?
Formula Talks, huh?
Yes, and then it will be Galactic Nerds. As we're now waiting for Formula Talks.
Yep. My question is the last one, huh?
Yeah. If he joins, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Sam, we'll interview you as well. Not sure if Formula Talks is joining us today. Alright, Sam, we will get over to you.
Good evening. Okay.
Good evening.
Ah, here he is.
Good evening.
Sam, talk me through. What was your strategy you was talking about?
So I can't hear you.
What was the strategy you were talking about?
I can't hear you.
What was the strategy you were talking about?
Oh, yeah, no, that went out the window. So I was originally, because obviously Abu Dhabi's not isn't tough on tyres usually. I was thinking about trying to go for the no stop. Unfortunately, I had a lot of tyre wear in the first stint, so yeah, that didn't materialise. So I had to stop halfway through the race. Yeah, so unfortunately, the great master plan did not happen.
It's very sad.
Can you hear me now, by the way?
What?
Can you hear
Can
me
you
now,
hear
by
him?
the way?
Not really. I know. I've got my volume like all the way up, so no, maybe turn your microphone up.
Jamie, ask him about the battling with Formula Talks.
Who?
Formula Talks. Ask him about the battling with him.
Yeah, maar who?
Just ask him.
Yeah, the battle with Formula Talks. Tell me more about it, please.
Well, actually, yeah, no, there was a good battle. I had a lot of good battles actually. And I battled Pocho in the first half of the race, and it was Formula Talks in the second half. Well, actually, in the middle of the race. Yeah, no, I think I'll start with the Pocho battle because, fortunately, I got a bit too eager with that, and I spun. I think my rear tyre might have clipped his front tyre at the chicane, so that spun me round. And then after that, I was racing Formula Talks, so I dropped back a bit. Yeah, good battle. I felt confident, and I had the pace. I was all over him, so yeah. I'm a lot happier this week with the result.
Did you have a lot of fun?
Yeah, it was a really fun race today, actually. I feel like I was a lot more patient this week because last week that was kind of hurt me. So yeah, I think as a result of that, I was a lot cleaner this week. Some fun battles around the outside into the at the end of the second straight a couple of times, which felt really good. Yeah, I'm just happy.
Okay. Summer, do I need to ask something else?
No, Sam can go.
Okay, you can go.
I would like to say something quickly.
All right.
Okay.
About, at the end of qualifying, things got a bit hairy. I got a bit confused. I thought I was on the flying lap, but I realised that I wasn't at the end of the lap. Then I suddenly realised it was only like 30 seconds on the clock, so I had to get a bit of a hurry up in the final sector. And then people started to think I was on the flying lap, which I wasn't, so everyone was getting out of the way, and then there was a bit of a traffic jam in the last couple of corners. So that was a bit odd. But yeah, you know, I don't think I'll be hit with a penalty for that. I don't think I broke any rules. So. Yeah. Also, the formation lap was absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed the formation lap.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and you can go.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna invite Alex real quick. All right.
Fastest driver ever.
Jesus.
Dead corner, he comes.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Okay.
Last week was not really your best race. I think we can
Well,
say
no.
that. Today you took a little bit of revenge of that. What I actually want to know, what do you think of Carter in P1? He showed a lot of pace again.
I mean, seriously, like, when I was in qualifying, it was kind of like, okay, but I saw already that he made a mistake. So I was thinking, okay, let's just drive. And I got pole somehow, I don't know how, to be honest. But then in the race, seriously, this dude was just too quick. Like, I could not hold pace with him at all.
Yeah, he was very quick indeed. I mean, he had a comfortable lead in P1, you also had a comfortable lead in P2.
Yeah.
Considering that you were one of the fastest guys of last season, I think we can say that.
Thank you.
Do you think you're kinda outpacing everyone else from last season right now, or is it too soon to say that?
That's a tough one to judge, to be honest. But
yeah, of course, because it's classic cars as well. So
to be honest, we can see like kart racer. I don't know what is pronounced. Like he is very quick. Like in Australia, we saw that already, and then here as well. But you know, we have the other people like BK or. BK especially didn't really get the shot that he normally would get today.
Yeah, indeed.
But I don't think I'm quicker than like everyone, especially not than my teammate, because his pace today was incredible. I could not keep pace at all.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, next week Bahrain. What's your plans for there? What do you want to achieve there?
Well, I mean, I said it before the season that, you know, as the championship contender, kind of, as I said, I was trying to consolidate myself on the podium, and yeah, I don't think this aim has really changed for me. I'm just gonna try to, keep going, just build on what I've done now, and see how it goes from here.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything you would like to say to the people who listening to this, or?
Well. I can definitely tell that this is a lot of fun to drive first, to watch also for the people, because I had to watch a few back after I missed them. So yeah, if you want to kind of keep being in this pleasure, then just keep watching those streams. It is really fun. And also Split 2, don't forget Split 2.
Split 2
It is,
was
very fun.
It's something else, Split 2. Let's just
Yes. So just I don't know, if you want to still have the spectacle, then just keep watching, and you will be rewarded 100%.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Can
Alright,
I ask one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Can you give me a love you, please?
Sure, why not? So I will give you the sentence you want. Love you.
Thank you.
Alright.
No worries.
Final interview now is BK. You can go, by the way, Alex. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep, thank you.
Pocho said, can I be interviewed? Yeah, Pocho, you can be interviewed after BK, don't worry. I just realized I don't have BK as a friend. Oh wait, yes, he's here, I was wrong about that. But yeah, Pocho, we'll do a BK and then you can come after if you have something to say. As we see if BK will join us. Because I want to know what he has to say about the battle with Felix.
Hello?
Hello, my sir. Why I invited you for the interview is actually I want you to kind of talk us through with your little battle with Felix in the end there.
Yeah, I mean, I was closing up pretty fast because I said 5 laps in a row the fastest lap, so I caught up to him quite quickly, and then I mean I had dirty air in sector 3 all the time, so I couldn't really make a move in sector 1, and he always had such a good exit out of the chicanes after and before the both 2 long straights, so yeah, I never could make a move in one of those corners after it.
It was getting very close the last few laps. I was hoping for a 3 whites battle for P3 maybe. You never know, it could happen, but fortunately it wasn't. You did get P4 though. Are you happy with the results? P5, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy after such a long time with no league race.
Yeah.
Well, but I had just 2 very unfortunate penalties.
Yeah, there were a lot of
I have to look into it.
Given out, yeah.
Yeah, I have to look into it because I think maybe I can get rid of them.
Yeah.
But only maybe, so yeah. And I would have got P, with no penalties, I would have got P3 by half a second, so.
Yeah, then you should definitely look into it, see what you can do.
Yeah.
Alright, then if there's anything you have to say to the people who are still watching the stream, you can say anything. If you want to go, you can go.
No, just hope you enjoyed the race, guys.
Alright, I think everyone really enjoyed this race as well. Alright then, you can go now as we have Mr. Esportla Pocho for the next interview.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, my man. Alright, I invited the one and only Esportla Pocho.
Oh, he's e-sporter.
No, he isn't.
Ah.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Esportla.
Hello.
What do you
I want to say something. Yes, I want to ask, what is the next classic car race?
Spain in the Renault 2009.
Oh my god. No, I'm getting depressed. I don't know. This fucking car oversteers in every corner. Getting drive-thrus, getting time penalties because I touched the curb. Oh man. Getting dive bomb from Galactic Nerd. Oh man. Hey, It's always the same story with him. In Australia he kicks me out, and now he nearly kicked me again out, but then he spun.
Pocho,
Yes.
I see a comment here on the stream. Pocho, we love you.
Who wrote this?
Jamie.
Jeremy.
No, Jamie.
Who's Jamie?
Sad life.
You have fans, Pocho. You have fans.
I have fans? Oh.
Yes. The one
Yes,
and only esports
I'm
one.
your fan.
Yes?
Yes,
Everybody
I'm
knows
fan.
a bit of Pocho.
No. You are both from Belgium. Yes?
Yes, sir.
What is the language called in Belgium? It
Flemish.
Dutch,
Flemish.
Dutch, French, and German.
Yeah, but Flemish is Dutch.
Yes.
Okay.
And where are you from?
I'm living in Germany, but I'm
It's
Italian.
Italiano. Yes.
Yes.
The good spaghetti
Yes.
and the gelatos.
Alright,
Pizza
Pocho,
time.
is there anything you still have to say for the stream?
I want to boycott with Jano this race.
Alright, if the admins are watching this, please take a look
Yeah,
at
I
Pocho.
don't care. Jano is also an admin, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then it's normal. Then it's okay.
Yeah.
Then you can do whatever you want.
Perfect. So. No more drive-throughs. Or I'm
Yeah.
getting depressed. So
Yeah, you
have a
to
good
try.
evening, guys. Or
You too,
night.
you
I
too,
don't
my
know.
man.
Fall Guys is the best game now.
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
I love this game. So I need to take a shower because I'm stinking like shit. Au
Good
revoir.
luck. Don't drown, please.
Yeah, I try to.
Because we love you.
I love you too.
Oh yes.
Wait, Hatsa, you drove Split 2.
Yeah, he lost fuel on the last corners,
Ah, yeah, right! And I screamed like crazy.
and then I got beaten because of that.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was driving P8 and then last corner my fuel died.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
that-
very sad.
You need to boycott too then.
Uh,
No, I don't boycott anymore. No, Mexico last season.
yeah. Alright, then Pocho, you can go take a shower.
Yes. Au revoir. I love you guys. I love everyone on the stream.
I love you too, Pocho.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Adios.
Alright, and that's it for the stream. Thank you for watching this race. As
We
are,
love Pacho.
as we had a nice goodbye from Mr. Pocho, our one and only eSportla. And I will see you guys next week.